So how much does it actually cost to self-publish a quality book? Hey guys, I'm Marlene and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be discussing exactly how much I spent self-publishing my debut fantasy novel, To Wear a Crown. Not everyone will spend the same amount when self-publishing because a lot of the steps are quote-unquote optional. So some people self-publish without spending any money, some people spend an exuberant amount of money. I think I fall somewhere in the middle where I really wanted to try to create a quality book but not absolutely break the bank. So quickly before we jump into today's content, remember to hit that subscribe button and ring that little bell so you don't miss any videos. I upload new videos on Wednesdays and book reviews every second Friday. So let's start with the expenses for To Wear a Crown. The first expense is this beautiful cover that I had designed by Florina Leparda. So this was a pre-made cover that I found online and then purchased, and then obviously the customization for the title, tagline, author name, back copy, all of that I obviously came later and had to pay for. So I only did ebook and paperback. So I paid for the ebook cover and then for paperback for the Amazon cover and the IngramSpark cover, because you need different cover files for that because the spine won't be the same. And for that I spent 3,246 Rand and 43 cents, and that converts to about $176.53. So that's not actually very expensive for everything that I got. And also, I should have mentioned this earlier, but I will be using the current exchange rate and not necessarily the exchange rate when I purchased these things. So it wasn't exactly that amount in US dollars at the time, but that's kind of the equivalent of what it would be now. Then next up is editing. Now this is one of the things that I personally think you should not compromise on. You should get a professional editor, and you should get someone who's really qualified to edit that genre and to do the types of edits that you need. I luckily got a great deal from an editor called Ryan Jones. She's really good, but she is really, really affordable. And so my professional edits, and this was copy editing, line editing, some developmental editing. So that cost me 4,933 Rand and 38 cents, which converts to $268.25. So that's a bargain for editing, because most of them cost upward of $800, especially for my book, which is 120,000 words. Then next up is the proof copies. So I, like I said, published through Amazon and IngramSpark. For ebook, obviously the proof copies don't cost a thing, but for print they do, because A, you have to pay for the printing cost, and B, you have to pay for the courier cost. Now obviously, because I live in South Africa, this might cost a bit more for me than for US authors, because the courier and shipping costs are through the roof. So for the Amazon proof copy, that cost me 312 Rand and 54 cents, which converts to $16.99, which is not really a big cost. Then the IngramSpark proof copies costs significantly more, and I will share the story of why that is and the situation with the proof copies in next week's video, so keep a lookout for that. But with all of that, the IngramSpark proof copies ended up costing me 1,325 Rand and 77 cents, which converts to $72.09, which you might think doesn't sound like a lot, but it wasn't kind of an expense that I had bargained on. I didn't think that I would have to pay a significant amount to get proof copies of my own book. Then there's the IngramSpark uploading fee. So with Amazon, KDP, and also with Draft to Digital, you don't have any costs for uploading, but IngramSpark charges a fee just for uploading your book to their platform. And so I think the running rate at the moment is $50, but obviously mine will have a little bit of a discrepancy due to exchange rate fluctuation. So I paid 786 Rand and 14 cents, which converts to $42.75. Then I commissioned character art, and this was part of my giveaway prizes, part of my marketing material, and so I counted as part of the publishing costs. That I paid 1,211 Rand and 12 cents, and that converts to $65.86. Then I also printed swag, so I printed some of the character art, I printed bookmarks and things like that, which also was part of giveaway prizes, part of marketing, part of hampers that I gave away to people at my book launch and things like that. That was actually much cheaper than I had anticipated. So that cost me 285 Rand and 30 cents, and then that converts to $15.51. Then author copies. So this technically isn't necessarily a publishing cost, but I did sell copies personally and at my book launch and stuff like that. I still have like 4 copies or something, just to have kind of stock and to be able to do that personal sales thing as well. And obviously it was part of the marketing, part of the giveaway prizes, signed copies, all of that. So the author copies cost me 6,280 Rand and 59 cents, which converts to $341.51. So that was quite expensive. Then the next expense is something that I think not many people will necessarily have to do, and for me that was my book launch. So because this is my debut book, I decided that I wanted to do a big fancy book launch party with all of my family and friends, and I'll once again discuss this in next week's video. But that ended up being very expensive, so not technically part of the publishing costs, but for me it was part of the publishing process, so I'm going to include it here. And that was 6,900 Rand, which converts to $375.19. Then the giveaway prizes, just putting them together, having them shipped, all of that cost me 2,260 Rand, which converts to $122.89. And then library copies. So in South Africa, you get your ISBNs for free, but you have to courier a physical copy of your book to, I think, 5 major libraries in the country. And so obviously that courier cost and stuff can be a bit expensive. So that ended up costing me 410 Rand, which is $22.29. And then I also did BookBub ads surrounding the release, and that was very much a big part of my release strategy and the publication of the book, and actually getting sales in the first week. And that cost me 827 Rand and 56 cents. So that is $45. So as you can see, a lot of these things are kind of optional things and more to do with like the marketing and the launch of the book than the publishing itself. I'd say the cover, the editing, the proof copies, and the uploading fee are kind of the big publishing costs. So overall, what it cost me to publish To Wear a Crown is 28,778 Rand and 83 cents, and that is $1,582.86. So yeah, that's it. That's how much To Wear a Crown costs to publish. Obviously, those aren't the only costs that go into the book. I mean, I had to upgrade, for example, my Microsoft Word license to write the book and to format it. I did more marketing later on in the process with the book. I have a Canva subscription to make marketing material, stuff like that. So it's not the only costs, but these are the costs that were kind of directly linked to getting the book published and released. So yeah, I hope that this was somewhat helpful and that it gave you a bit of an idea around how much it might cost to publish a book. And like I said, it really depends on what you want to get out of it and how much you are willing to spend and what's kind of non-negotiable for you. So for me, it was non-negotiable to have a good cover and a good book. So I kind of went all out with those expenses, and it was also important for me to have an event where I could celebrate my debut with my family and friends. So if you want to grab a copy of To Wear a Crown, which is a fantasy action adventure for adults, it has romance, it has political intrigue, it's a standalone, and I think it's a pretty good quality self-published book, then you can find the link in the description box below. It's available online on any retailer of your choice, in ebook and paperback, and the audiobook will be coming later this year. So thanks so much for watching. Remember to hit that subscribe button and ring that little bell so you don't miss any update. Post new videos on Wednesdays and a book review every second Friday. You can also find me on my website, Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, and TikTok, as well as sign up for my newsletter. All the links are listed below, and then I'll see you in Friday's video. Bye!